of, in particular, Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him?
While for some, Diddy's become hip-hop's #1 villain, but over the years, he's made so many enemies, and ultimately, many people were simply delighted to hear of the news of his downfall. One of these people is known to be a hip-hop villain for perhaps less dark reasons. That person is 50 Cent, one of hip-hop's biggest trolls. He took Diddy's downfall as prime time to dish out all of his impending hate against his longtime music industry nemesis. Even months before the allegations came to light, 50 would often take to Instagram to throw jabs at the diddler, such as posting the infamous Lil Baby picture from Michael Rubin's annual White Party.
Finally, 50 Cent's eagerly anticipated documentary series on the scandals involving music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is coming to the big screen. The releasing process hasn't been smooth, and the series has already sparked a lot of controversy before it ever premieres. Several well-known celebrities reportedly attempted to thwart the project's progress, as expected. However, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson isn't going to give up. He has been publicly criticizing those he believes attempted to silence the series instead, which has only led to more fire with heat, a public dispute including scathing remarks, mysterious social media messages, and a Netflix-bound expose that aims to shed light on Diddy's most contentious moments has developed from what began as a fight between two influential hip-hop artists. The industry has been plagued by explosive rumors and suspicions of treachery for years, but 50 has ensured that the attention hasn't diminished. He made it very evident in a recent interview that he has no intention of slowing down anytime soon, and that this battle is far from done.
Happening with Puffy? I know you're not really tapped in, but what
the last thing I saw was like a guy there. He was like, "Yo," he like pushed me into the trunk. It really hurt, and he sounded like me. I was like, "Yo, look, I could find other things to do for money." Bro, I'm not sure I can say that for money.
How much is this guy trying to get?
I don't know. Like, it's a simple situation, but it's like
20 mil. I can say it.
You still had the blackest face out. You still had to mimic his voice because he's like,
but his voice wasn't even that different.
And a little deeper. I was like, almost like, no, that's you, young buck.
Yo,
almost felt like it was. I almost knew who it was. You know what I mean? I was like, nah.
Yo, you can't say that dudes are having other dudes, bro. That might come for you. Sweet love. Yeah, I'm gonna say make sweet love. That's young buck breaking right there.
Make sweet love.
There's rules to rap beef now, bro. Not in your day.
Well, I'm saying like, God, man, why is your homeboy so close to you when you come out of there? Look like you guys just made sweet love. I'm gonna say sweet love instead of anything that says.
To me, that's better because they're gonna try to make it something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was smart. Like I didn't think about that. I say things that are borderline, like, I'm like, oh my God, you're in trouble.
You?
Like, all the time. Because I just say.
Nah, but you got close when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Mika's in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not This really happened. I'm just saying, baby. No, stop it, man. You set that up. Look, you set that up. This dude, he's in the same shirt.
What do you mean he's in the same shirt?
Obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. This is what I'm saying, bro. I'm like, nah, it was hard. Like, this is some of the things that people say. Like, guys may say to a girl, like, let me take a shot. See? Damn. They found it that quick.
What do you think is happening in the middle?
I don't know what's going on.
Wow, they found Kendrick and Whiteface.
You can't dress up Kendrick like that. Oh, you can't dress him up like that. That's like the White Chicks movie, bro. You can't do that.
Yeah, that was comedy. That was good.
Yeah, but that was away with Whiteface. That's obviously doing shopping. They got the same outfit.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's a nice shirt. That's a nice shirt. All right, so when he said the shopping line in real life, what did you say?
I said, let me get away from him. Because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Like, hang out. Yeah. She said, I don't know, maybe I'll take you shopping and I get you some flash and you can give me the hood. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm gonna mess up the wedding. I always say to myself, like,
it was someone's wedding?
It was Chris Lighty's wedding. He's in Miami. Nori's there. Nori knows this. And I looked at him like, yo. You heard what he just said, right? He's like, yo, certain things they let it go by because it's Puff. Like they would look, like he would say stuff, and it's like he wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway. Now you see so much that you go away. No, this was visible.
He was in the hallway. We saw the video.
We saw that video. It comes out later. You're like, that's not the closet. That's the hallway. He didn't get like you can tell that he was already.
Nah, New York is dope. Because when Fab, he was like, "Yo, Fab, we ain't party." Fab was like, "Nah, we partying tonight."
He's like, no, like, but he didn't party. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, they let that one go. Like, I had to say something about it later because I was like, oh, it was.
What did it feel like all these years? You being the only one calling this out?
No, I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They said you're a hater. They said you're crazy.
Yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass hurting. This all is coming.
50, you can't make jokes about it.
No.
The internet might come for you, bro.
All I'm saying
it might come for you.
You see it now. All of these complaints. People were damn. They were and pillaged. This was what was going on, right? And what do I get for the? I went through years of a hater. You're a hater. You want this and that. I'm just watching. Like I look at things and go, when you see the new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay, I go, oh shoot, like he just wasn't actively being out there because they was dealing with that.
Wait, do you think there's truth to the Jay thing? There's no way.
Like, look, you know what's ill? Like if you say. I have this thing where I'm conflicted when it's
50 Cent and Sean Diddy Combs have long been at odds. It dates back all the way to 2006. People magazine covered the 50s song The Bomb that year, which not only disparaged Combs but also sparked controversy by bringing up the 1997 shooting of Biggie Smalls, which is still unsolved. It was more than a simple lyrical remark. That action sparked a rivalry that would endure for many years. The animosity has only become worse since then. The rivalry has escalated from covert jabs concealed in poems to open ridicule during interviews and on social media. A cultural extravaganza that has dominated headlines and kept fans talking has grown out of what began as a rap feud. The dispute has grown much beyond music in the nearly 2 decades since it began. Now, it serves as the inspiration for a Netflix documentary series that demonstrates how protracted and Hollywood-worthy this conflict is.
Damning surveillance videos showed Diddy his ex. A documentary is closer to becoming a reality.
Now let's bring in TMC's Michael Babcock. Good morning to you, Michael.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing all right. So tell us what's going on with this. We understand rapper 50 Cent has been shopping this around.
Yeah, and you know what? I think a lot of people thought that 50 was just trolling, and if anyone follows 50 on Twitter or Instagram, you know, he's no stranger to that. He definitely, you know, engages in trolling and makes a lot of jokes. So when he had, you know, repeatedly taken shot after shot after shot at Diddy and then said, hey, I'm working on a documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not. So this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie and TV studio, and he's made a bunch of really successful projects under that banner. They were actually selling it around to different streaming, organizations, including Netflix. Netflix ultimately had the most money, placed the winning bid, and at some point here in the future, we don't know exactly when, but this is actually going to be something that airs on Netflix.
So many people may not know, I mean, the two of them have had beef for decades. 50 Cent has kept his foot on Diddy's neck for decades.
Absolutely. You know, it's like they once worked together a long time ago. They're not friends now. They don't like each other. And yeah, 50 has taken every shot, especially when Diddy has been down. Diddy really, you know, is not in a position right now to fire back at 50 Cent. So yeah, he's taken a lot of, and I don't know that anyone feels sorry for P. Diddy right now, to be honest.
No, I don't think so either, and it's certainly not going to end anytime soon.
In one corner, the disgraced hip-hop impresario under federal indictment for a laundry list of shocking crimes. In the other, his nemesis, ready to cash in 2012 BET Awards. You're saying here, right now, you're never going to beef with anyone else publicly? 50 made this promise about shooting from the lip when he joined me here in 2020.
You're a scrapper. I think this is like an alcoholic going into a bar. I don't know. If someone takes a shot on you in Insta, you might be responding.
I got a new way to respond. I'm like, brother, why is my inner peace interrupting your demons?
The 50's been trolling Diddy online ever since the civil lawsuit started flying last year.
I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
After that apology, following the CNN broadcast of that hotel on then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, 50 wrote, "This is not going to work."
50 producing a doc about Diddy at his lowest moment is like the ultimate trolling.
We spoke with music journalist and author Torre today.
50 Cent and whatever team he assembles could find some things that we haven't heard yet, may be able to compel some people to talk. Now, whether or not it's fair, just telling the Diddy story will be embarrassing to Diddy.
50 told us this about his Netflix doc. This is a story with significant human impact. It is a complex narrative spanning decades, not just the headlines or clips seen so far.
Joined by CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister. Wags, Diddy's attorney says he can't wait to testify. For what? For what purpose? To blow people up or to exonerate himself?
Look, Diddy has maintained his innocence all along. For him to take the stand is a huge gamble. He can deny every allegation in the world, but prosecutors say that they have a treasure trove of evidence.
Where are arrows pointing for you?
This is a huge fight ahead for Diddy. You have more accusers who I hear are going to come forward. So this is an up.
50 Cent and Sean Diddy Combs have long been at odds. It dates back all the way to 2006. People magazine covered the 50s song The Bomb that year, which not only disparaged Combs but also sparked controversy by bringing up the 1997 shooting of Biggie Smalls, which is still unsolved. It was more than a simple lyrical remark. That action sparked a rivalry that would endure for many years. The animosity has only become worse since then. The rivalry has escalated from covert jabs concealed in poems to open ridicule during interviews and on social media. A cultural extravaganza that has dominated headlines and kept fans talking has grown out of what began as a rap feud. The dispute has grown much beyond music in the nearly 2 decades since it began. Now, it serves as the inspiration for a Netflix documentary series that demonstrates how protracted and Hollywood-worthy this conflict is.
Let's Get It, and the other one was on the I Get Money remix. Yeah, but they said you wrote it and it's him confessing the crime. Did you see this?
No, man.
The meme? Look at the meme. Look at the DA. Look at that.
I ain't telling him to say that.
And then this one.
Jay, help me with that. Jay, help me with that. Jay, help me with that. Jay did that part right there. What he said.
Cut it out, man.
Shootouts. Coastal beat. I wasn't around, but I was like East Coast, West Coast. And then Keefy D comes out and says, you know, I'm not involved in this stuff.
There's so many rappers who actually warned us about Diddy and what he was up to. 50 Cent is one of them. He's regularly trolled Diddy. He's regularly put up clips like this, Donald Trump.
Puffy, you stupid. I told you stop f***ing with R. Kelly. I said grab them in the don't kidnap the. They raided your. You see, I got a courtesy call when they raided my house.
And now it turns out that he was right. This is not a shock to anybody. He's continuing to troll Diddy. A photo of him and Drew Barrymore saying he doesn't have 1,000 bottles of baby oil. This is part of the freak-off parties that Diddy used to have, the contents of which I can't actually explain here because I don't want to get the channel banned, but they're awful. You can read the indictment yourself. Yeah. The trolling will continue. Why you have 1,000 bottles of baby oil? Do I even want to know?
Oh! Ew! 50, please be my friend. You're breaking my heart.
Pop was like, so when we gonna get the chance to kick it, like we can just hang out. Why don't we go shopping? I pay for it. And I was like, I got the away from him because I was like, this is
You asked him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. What? I'm a nice guy. Why do you? Hey, yo, he loves me. Y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see that he loves me. You know he loves me.
Oh, Pop is a fruit pop. It goes off. You see the weird.
When you Google his name, there's a rumor that pops up that he was Diddy's boy toy.
Oh,
right.
Wait, so this is
so Charlamagne said
it's not true, but I told after he brought up this stuff with you, I said, you know what 50 gonna say when he meets you?
Oh no, I don't know that was going on.
You know,
I can't wait to run into him again.
What you gonna say to him?
After you was playing with your booty in Miami.
You know what 50 gonna say to you when he sees you. I heard Diddy touch your butt.
Yeah. Wait till I see him. Wait till I see him. I'm like, yo. Yeah.
I love you, my brother. I love you, Diddy. Yeah, I love you.
Industry insider Gandil presents a much more nuanced view of the 50 Cent versus Diddy conflict than the majority of the internet, which describes it as vicious Instagram posts and ceaseless trolling. He claims that this is more than simply small-scale back and forth that got out of hand. It's the outcome of years of stress that was kept under wraps. Deal asserts that their feud began with high-stakes financial disputes in which Diddy allegedly used manipulation to make 50 feel deceived, disregarded, and marginalized, according to Deal. Memes and viral jokes weren't the start of the rivalry. It began as a result of personal betrayals, planned power moves, and the brutal politics of the music business. He says what fans eventually saw online was just the tip of the iceberg. The truth is a far larger iceberg, one that has been developing behind the scenes for years.
50 was the type of dude that kept like a little, he kept like a little pad with him. And he wrote everything down. You understand? Me and him caught the plane. We was going to Vegas, and I gave him my card. My business card was savoir-faire, security management, and everywhere. You know what I mean? So 50 did a song about that. You know what I'm saying? And he put that in the song. And some years, about a year or so ago, not even a year or so ago, he said that when he dropped my name, he said, yo, I got the savoir-faire, I got that from Big Gene. He been trying to tell y'all about this puff years ago. But 50 was the type of dude that if you knew he was with you, he was with you. Even back then, he had your back whether you was security or whatever you did. If he was with you, he was with you. And that's what you gotta love about him. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta question his loyalty, you know what I'm saying, on some fight or if you in a situation, cause he going out.
Well, I guess you were hanging around him or knew him, right before he got shot.
Well, what happened is that I had got some information. 50 came to my house. I tried to fit him on a vest, but I'm like, at the time I was like a 3X. And 50 was like a large, you know what I'm saying? So he couldn't really fit the vest, but I gave him a cover to try to tell him, because he had some pads, some vest pads. So I just told him what the situation was that I knew. And told him he had to watch himself because those cats was gonna come at him. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah. And he was supposed to be going to Cancun. And I told him, if you come to Cancun, I got you, because I used to be down there doing security at Daddy-O's. You understand? And I had people down there that I knew that was from Puerto Rico, and they was working down there, so they should make sure when I hit the island, anything and everything I needed, I could get it right there on the island. You understand? They work directly with the syndicate. So 50 was supposed to come down there to do a show, and he didn't make it because they had shot him up. I don't know if he was coming in the first place, but he was supposed to, because he was paid half the money to come down there to perform How to Rob an Industry Cat.
And when was the next time you seen him after that?
The next time I seen 50 after that was at Jack the Rapper. He had blew up. Man. He was like, he was this dude and everything like that. And I was sitting we was in Puerto Rico, and I was sitting by myself, just chilling, and he had his whole entourage with him. He came directly over to me. He like, yo, Gene. I was like, yo, what up, Fif? I said, what up, 50? He said, what's up, man? He said, yo, put his hand out to me, and grabbed my hand and said, "Yo, they can't stop what God got planned."
How do you feel about 50 going so hard at Diddy with the documentaries and, you know, man, what did he do to 50 that made him hate him so much, man? That's crazy.
Well, I think it's just, you got to look at it like this. 50 was writing a lot of that made a lot of money for Diddy. And he knew back then in the day, he didn't know what he know now, but Diddy was robbing him.
50 Cent recently discussed his eagerly awaited documentary, which explores the issues surrounding music mogul Diddy, which are made even more explosive by the mounting court battles against him. In an interview with ABC News, the rapper turned business magnate clarified that this endeavor, on which he has spent years of effort, is more than a gaudy recounting of industry rumors. Rather, it's a scathing, brutal dive into the scandals and pivotal moments that destroyed Diddy's once shiny reputation. 50 hinted at what viewers may anticipate with his trademark smile, rare behind-the-scenes videos, exclusive interviews, and discoveries potent enough to rekindle discussions in Hollywood and hip-hop. This is more than just a documentary, he stressed. It's a calculated expose that meticulously assembles obscure details and reveals the version of events that the public was never meant to see.
Projects you want to work on?
Oh, just the ones that I feel like have a high probability of success. I'm just looking at it and saying, what is it? And is it something that excites me? Would I want to stop and watch it?
Speaking of, in particular, Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle. You weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way you represent the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it. Just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff has come. Like when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them, and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. So I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally, those accusations are crazy.
Now, Fifth, when you continuously call Puff gay, does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said,
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner Thieves in theaters January 19th.
That's why he says things. He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said something fabulous and he goes, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party. What is he talking about? That's the kind of stuff. When people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Knighty's wedding. He told me to take me.
The hip-hop community has been rocked by yet another significant development as Diddy's legal issues continue to escalate, and the excitement surrounding 50 Cent's incendiary documentary series erupts. Jay-Z is involved in this one. According to recent court papers, one of the lawsuits involving the troubled bad boy billionaire included Jay-Z's name. The business was rocked by the disclosure, which immediately set off a flurry of rumors. Jay-Z quickly and adamantly denied any involvement, but his name alone was enough to take over headlines, spark contentious discussions, and feed countless speculations on social media and in the business community. The court presiding over the case decided that the claimed victim would stay unidentified, which further heightens the mystery and adds to the drama. Big names involved, unsolved questions, and an intriguing courtroom battle set the stage for one of the most carefully watched sagas in hip-hop and Hollywood history.